Hello and welcome to Holistic Hound's YouTube channel. My name is Morgan Fitzgerald, and I'm a holistic dog groomer, animal Reiki practitioner, and animal communicator from the Pacific Northwest. Today, I'm going to be introducing you to my new book called Telepathic Tales, A Tale of Higher Communication. This book is all about animal telepathy and animal communication. So let's just get to the book on Amazon. I'm going to share my screen. So let's get to Amazon. Okay, so here we're on Amazon and you can see the title, Telepathic Tales, A Tale of Higher Communication. So I'm just going to read through the description for you guys to give you a synopsis of what the book's about. Have you ever wondered what your pet was thinking? If you could actually speak to your dog or cat, what might that conversation look like? Would your dog be insightful? Is the cat condescending? Communicating with your pet in a higher way is totally possible. Telepathic Tales, A Tale of Higher Communication, takes you onto a spiritual journey into the unknown. We will dive deep into the mysteries of animal communication and telepathy. We will study and analyze communication in different animal species. We will teach you how to embrace your intuitive gifts of telepathy to enhance your spiritual connection with your companion animals and Mother Nature as a whole. We all communicate in different ways, but the universal language we share is telepathy. This book will help you return to your roots. Welcome to Telepathic Tales. And so it says here that it's 323 pages long. It's in English. It was published on November 1st, 2024. This book is available on other platforms as well, but I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the Amazon. It's also available on Barnes & Noble and Smashwords. And so if you don't have a Kindle device, then you can find the book on Barnes & Noble or Smashwords as well. So I'm going to go to the click read sample. So if you guys are wanting a sample of the book before purchasing, you can go to Amazon to get that. And so it shows the cover here, and then it goes down to the table of contents. So I'll briefly go through the table of contents with you guys so that we can get an overview of what's in the book. So copyright, table of contents, why choose an ebook, acknowledgments, dedication, channeled message from animals, introduction, and chapter 1, telepathy and animals. And so it gives you the ones in blue for free to look over before you buy the book. And then all these ones in gray are the ones that are not available until you purchase the book. So if you wanted to look through the chapters, chapter 2, the science of telepathy, St. Francis and the Wolf, connecting to your intuition, honing your psychic senses, energetic wellness, meditation and animal Reiki, communicating through empathy, transforming trauma, the Akashic field, karma, dharma, and past lives, fulfilling our soul's purpose together, death and rebirth, and chapter 14, telepathic tales, which include tales of telepathy with animals. And then we have the conclusion, the channeled message from animals, and it even includes exercises and meditations, further education about the author, etc. So let's just go into the introduction and let me read it to you guys, just for everybody to get an idea of what the book is about. So, Introduction to Telepathic Tales, A Tale of Higher Communication. Nearly everyone has heard the story of Dr. Dolittle. He can talk to animals. Dr. Dolittle not only speaks to animals, but they also speak back to him. The original story was written by Hugh Lofting and was published in 1920. The story is about a medical doctor and naturalist named John Dolittle who learns of his ability to hear, understand, and speak to animals. Doolittle's affinity with animals makes him a proficient animal communicator and healer. Eventually, John Dolittle leaves his work as a human doctor and becomes a veterinarian. He uses his ability to speak up for the animals and save the animal kingdom. The story was instantly a huge success, and Lofting wrote more stories of Dr. Dolittle, creating a complete series of 13 children's novels, with 7 of them being particular favorites. In the original story from 1920, Dolittle's West African gray parrot named Polynesia teaches him the language of the animals. Animals don't always speak with their mouths. They talk with their ears, with their feet, with their tails, with everything. Sometimes they don't want to make a noise. With lots of practice, Dr. Dolittle was soon able to understand everything the animals said. All animals have some kind of language. Some sorts talk more than others, some only speak in sign language. But the doctor, he understands them all, birds as well as animals. We keep it a secret though, him and me, because folks only laugh at you when you speak of it. Polynesia the parrot becomes a central character of the stories, often coming up with brilliant ideas that save the day, very clearly highlighting the intelligence of these animals. All the animals in the animal kingdom know of Dr. Doolittle's ability and avidly follow him wherever he goes, seeking help and healing. The animals also offer him and his crew assistance whenever possible as a way to repay him for his help. Polynesia is asked by a young man why the animals don't see another doctor. Why, there aren't any other animal doctors, not real doctors. Of course, there are those vet persons, to be sure, but bless you, they're no good. You see, they can't understand the animal's language, so how can you expect them to be any use? Imagine yourself, or your father, going to see a doctor who could not understand a word you say, nor even tell you in your own language what you must do to get well. Poof, those vets. She continues with her wisdom about the key to understanding the language of the animals. That is what you call powers of observation, noticing the small things about birds and animals, the way they walk and move their heads and flip their wings, the way they sniff the air and twitch their whiskers and wiggle their tails. You have to notice all those things if you want to learn animal language. Being a good noticer is terribly important in learning animal language. The original story was such a huge success that it was eventually made into films. The first film emerged in 1967 and stars Rex Harrison as Dr. Dolittle. Some of us may remember the 1998 film featuring Eddie Murphy. Oh, the nostalgia. Now we know this story is totally fictional, but could there be any truth in it? Is communication between humans and animals possible? Well, of course it is. We've been doing it for centuries. Have you ever felt like you knew what your pet was thinking? Has your pet ever picked up on your thought waves or emotions? Your answer is probably a resounding yes. Telepathic communication between humans and animals is totally possible. Although many of us may repress and suppress this ability, we are all capable of it. All we have to do is tune in. Children often have this ability even more than adults. Young children that don't speak human language yet and are not fully conditioned are much more in tune with their natural telepathic communication, especially with animals. Children communicate with their parents and caretakers through telepathy and empathy, which is a form of telepathy. Children who are taught to express their creativity and imagination will always be more adept animal communicators than those who are taught limiting beliefs when it comes to creativity or animal communication. A lot of us, children included, ignore our higher intuition because we attribute it to mere fantasy or our own subconscious responses or thoughts. With enough patience and persistence, anyone can master their ability to communicate telepathically, both with other humans and animals. Certain people do seem to be more proficient than others without much practice, which is likely due to a higher spiritual awareness and sensitivity. After all, telepathic communication is a soulful way of expressing, and we do it all the time. Many of our outdated beliefs have told us that humans are the most intelligent forms of life. But is this actually true, or does it stem directly from our human ego? Our understanding is beginning to shift, and we are starting to see animals for the intelligent beings that they are. Animals communicate using sounds and body language just like we do, but body language and behavior are only a small sector of communication. Their primary form of communication is telepathic, especially between other animals. A good example of animals who communicate in this higher way are primates, dolphins, whales, birds, and insects. However, every single species of animal on Earth communicates using telepathy, including humans. The ability to communicate in this way exemplifies the higher intelligence that all natural beings inherently possess. Humans and animals are both extremely intuitive beings, so it makes sense that we are capable of communicating on a much higher level than just verbal speech or sound. Penelope Smith, a pioneer animal communicator, wrote one of the first popular books on telepathic interspecies communication called Animal Talk, which was published in 1989. In the book, she emphasizes the importance of understanding and approaching animals from their level. Most animals are brought into a closer relationship if they are understood as they are and approached from their level of awareness. In some cases, they are more perceptive or aware than the humans who attempt to understand them. She goes on to explain that animals not only communicate through physical action, they also communicate through direct thoughts or mental pictures, both among each other and with humans. People can only receive the messages to the degree they are tuned in or aware. So, what do we have to gain by opening up the telepathic channel of communication with other animals? Not only can we gain insights and wisdom from our animal friends, we can also strengthen the relationship and spiritual connection we have with ourselves and the world around us. When we start to see animals as equals and open up the channels of higher communication, our entire consciousness is raised as a result. Due to the increasingly stressful and unnatural world, it is now becoming essential to raise our consciousness to higher realms of love, unity, and peace. The call from the animals themselves beckons our awareness, our intuition, and the relearning of our psychic senses. For too long, the voices of the animals have gone unheard and unrecognized, but with their help, we can evolve consciousness and step into a totally new reality of connection, compassion, and equality. Everyone can learn animal communication regardless of their belief systems or skills as an intuitive. Pet parents, pet professionals, and animal lovers all over the globe can benefit from relearning the ability to communicate with other species beyond words. You do not need to take an intense training course to relearn this ability. All you need to do is tune into your intuition and higher awareness. There are a group of extraordinary souls who have mastered the art of animal communication and offer professional training services to others, as well as communications to companion animals, either living or passed on. Professional animal communicators can help with finding lost pets, determining the pet's bucket list requests, such as what they'd like to do before they pass on, communicating with beloved pets from the other side, and may even offer conflict resolution with wildlife. Along with the more practical things, messages from the animals can help raise our consciousness, expand our perspectives, strengthen our relationships with the earth and her creatures, teach us about the meaning of life, and connect us to our innate intelligence and intuition. The opportunities are truly endless. Welcome to Telepathic Tales. And then it goes into chapter 1, which is telepathy in animals, where I go into both wild and domesticated animals, and we go more into telepathy. So that was just a brief synopsis of my book and the introduction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the links to the book in the description below. So feel free to purchase the book if it sounds interesting to you. The price is going to go down by the end of the year when I release my new book all about holistic grooming. So I hope that you guys are interested in learning more about animal telepathy and animal communication. This happened to come at a great time because the telepathy tapes on YouTube, it's a podcast, is becoming more popular. And so this is giving telepathy a very good it's giving it a space to be heard. And so I hope that you guys are interested in purchasing the book. And if you would like a discount, you can purchase it through me directly for 50% off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.